Day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure. I'm streaming this live on Facebook. I'm streaming this live on YouTube. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would highly ask that you do. It is through those subscriptions that we get to be recognized and we can put this message out to more and more and more people so that people start taking their power back. And that's really important, I think, that people start to reclaim their power, because I truly believe, as I observe the world, that people have been giving their power away. They've been giving it away to all these people that they believe have more wisdom than they do. And they don't, because everything is a perception. And if you notice what I said today is that here's what happens. When we invest in our problems, guess what we get? A really large return on our investment. You bet. And what is that investment? What do we get? More problems. The more we worry, the more we get what we worry about. It's the law. It's the law of attraction. We attract to us what we put out. What energy are we putting out comes back to us, and it keeps coming back, and it gets into a circle. And when it gets into a circle, it just doesn't stop. And that's what happens with people. They start worrying, and it generates more worry. It generates more worry. It generates more worry. And bam, before you know it, they're stuck in quicksand. They can't get out. And they don't realize all they've got to do is start to change the direction of what they're thinking. It's that simple. But here's the key. In order to change the direction of our thinking, we've got to believe that we're worthy. We've got to believe that we have the ability. I think more than ever, our society has stopped thinking for itself. When I look at the commercials and people say, well, that actor said this, it must be true. That person said this, it must be true. That person did this, it must be true. No, that's not the case. That's their opinion. And what is their agenda? What is their perception? What is their expectation from that opinion? We don't know. So why would we blindly go in and accept someone's opinion? I don't care who it is. That's why you always go, if you've got a medical issue, you go get multiple opinions from multiple doctors because they're going to have a different opinion. Here's the key thing. If you go and you're getting a multiple opinion from another doctor, you're getting a second opinion, don't tell him what the first doctor said. Because what he'll do, well, if the first doctor said it, it must be right. That'll skew the thing. No, go in and say, hey, doc, these are my symptoms. And let him figure out what his opinion is. You see, but we don't do that. We go in, hey, doc, this guy says I got cancer. It's really fascinating how many diagnoses are met because doctors don't do independent work for themselves. They take what the other is. They're afraid to contradict their fellow doctor for fear it will be an embarrassment to their trade. Remember, medicine is not a science. It's a practice. Medicine treats symptoms. It does not cure. Our body cures through how we focus our mind. That's why placebo works. It's not the pill. It's the belief about the pill. It's the belief about anything that controls our life. So if you believe that bad things are going to happen to you and you keep affirming it, guess what? It's true. You're going to keep having more of that because it's where you put your focus. I can't be more clear about it. This life, we've made it a lot more complex than we ever dreamed. We made it so complex. We don't need to. We just got to start thinking for ourselves, start asking better questions. And that's why we're here every day, to become aware, to become awakened, to ask more questions, to not blindly believe what's being put in front of us. Isn't it fascinating that if you go to 50 different news sources around the country, it's the exact same story with the exact same wording? In other words, those news stations aren't thinking for themselves. They're not investigating for themselves. They're taking one person's opinion and they're spreading it all over the entire country and world. That's why you've got to understand that life is always in balance. There are always more than one side to any story. There's always more than one way to look at what's going on in your life. You can say, well, this is bad happening to me. And then I would go to you and say, okay, how are you being supported while that bad's coming in? Because you have to be, because the universe is always in balance. Without balance, the universe would destroy itself. When our bodies become out of balance, we have dis-ease. When we're focused on a one-sided life, what do we get? Stress. All of our emotions are telling us, basically, are we in balance or are we out of balance? If we're ecstatic, it means we're on one side of the coin. If we're sad, it means we're on the other side of the coin. If we're at perfect inner peace, it means we're right in the middle. It's a real interesting thing. And I'm not saying that one way is right or one way is wrong. I'm simply trying to get you to be aware of what your emotions are trying to tell you. And notice that your emotions are always in response to your thought. Where are you putting your emphasis? Where are you putting your ideas? Where are you putting your focus? The universe, God, whatever, always gives you who you are. It doesn't say this is for your good, this is for your bad. It doesn't judge. It gives you who you are. It's very impersonal and very personal. Impersonal because it doesn't care what you get. It doesn't judge. Personal because it gives you exactly who you are. Isn't that an interesting thing? So we don't have to ever worry about being judged. Judge is a nonsense thing that humans have created up about what we call the infinite. We're the judge. We're the one who puts us down, who takes us into a state. And we can come out of that state just as easily by where we put our focus. Angelica's here. She's just an expressive little soul today. I love, love, love my days that I can keep focused on feeling good. It makes for the most amazing feelings and day. Yeah. And here's another thing, Angelica. Some days you're not going to feel good. So don't be attached to those good feelings. Just enjoy them while you got them. And realize they won't last forever. Why? Because there's always contrast. Rest assured. Rest assured. I hate to break that bad thing because that's the opioid of the masses, that we can be happy all the time. And that causes all the psychologists and psychiatrists to have a happy, healthy business because we have been duped, brainwashed into believing that we can be one way. And that's not the case. It's always about balance. And here's the key. That's what meditation teaches us. Meditation teaches us to detach, to become present in the moment where there is no yin and yang, where there's just balance. It's the point on a teeter-totter that doesn't move. Anywhere on the teeter-totter except one point moves. The pure state of meditation, the pure state of love, the pure state of peace is where the point that doesn't move. And it's within you. And all you have to do is be still, let go, and recharge in that point. Recharge in that point. So, I feel really good about what we've talked about today. I hope I stimulated some thought. That's my only intention, is to stimulate thought, to get you to think for yourself. I have no desire for you to think like me. I don't want you to think like me. I don't know that I'm right. I know that I have opinions. That's all I have. That's all anyone has. Anyone who tells you they know the truth, run. Because there's always another side. There is always another side. So with that, I can tell you the truth that right now I accept you just like you are. And in accepting you just like you are, what am I telling you? I'm telling you I love you, because that's what love is. So until tomorrow, go be the greatest you can be, because you're perfect. Until then, aloha, everybody. Have a great one.